Yeah, it's not going to. Okay, it's going live. Let's show the countdown. Yeah.
Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you for coming to our webinar on the SQP. I'm your host today. I'm Oleg Zaidener from A Navigator, and here is my co-founder and friend Alexander Kovalov. Today we're gonna talk about, oh, it's not this one, sorry, this is the way. We will be talking about how to use SQP. This is the main subject. We will talk how to use the SQP tool in general and how we use the SQP tool and other tactics for our clients to outrank Amazon competition. Okay, and let's start with the story. Some people are just joining us. I hope will be more. Both of us joined Amazon in 2016, but we've been on the separate paths, everyone. We were looking for interesting opportunities. It was very cool back then. Amazon was a cutting edge e-commerce platform. It was relatively easy to come and make a business. And the main idea of Amazon, especially for me as a computer scientist, was the amazing idea that generating sales, you can trigger the algorithm so you can get more and more organic sales. And you don't have this, not in Google, not in Facebook, like never. But on Amazon, we have this, sorry, amazing opportunity to influence, at least indirectly, the organic position. And back then, we used tools like keyword trackers, and we were able to measure what position are we on first page, second page, and so on and so on. But as Amazon was evolving, it's the information get less precise, I would say. And now it's Amazon search results. It's very personalized, and there are some tools that can check your position from different states, and so on, so on. So we less believe keyword trackers now, and now in 2023, the main tool to measure the organics, this is SQP that Amazon delivered to us last year, if I'm not wrong. So now it's much more precise, it's measurable, and this is what we will be talking about today. Okay, and before we're starting to go to SQP, I would like to make some kind of a framework how we approach this so it make more sense. So, sorry. So on this slide, we can see it's like 2-on-2 matrix, so it's different quadrants. Horizontally, it's about revenue, so more revenue, less revenue, and vertically is more profit, less profit. And we have all kinds of traffic on Amazon that we put in different quadrants so we can understand the impact, right? We don't want to work with the traffic that brings very few revenue and very few profit. This is a red quadrant. We don't want to be there. And there's the quadrant that can show us high profit but low revenue, or lot revenue but low profit. This is we put them yellow. So just for example, to make it more sense, we want to be everything in the green quadrant. So we generate for every piece of traffic, we generate a lot of revenue, and it's very profitable. Okay, but when we use some brand traffic that people looking for our brand on Amazon, it's usually very profitable, and we have brands that we generate like huge amount of money because it's a strong brand. But the problem, you cannot scale. You get exactly amount of users that are already familiar with your brand, and that's it. So it's not scalable. So the revenue is limited, but it's very profitable. Another piece of equation is a long tail traffic, right? We have all this. I think I can hear myself, right? Or is it your side?
Probably.
Yeah. So we have all kind of long tail traffic. Uh, use it like very long keywords, 5 words, 6 words, 7 words, or we can use like low search volume, etc., etc. Again, you can make it profitable, you can make amazing ACOS, but usually it's not really scale, so you cannot make it a lot. Right? And back then, when we started in 2016, in the green quadrant, we get this core keyword organics. And what I mean by core keyword organics, in every niche, there is a core keyword, the main keyword. So if it's like garlic press, this is a garlic press. If it's iPhone case, it's iPhone case. Today, Amazon is very focused on the core keywords, on the main keywords. Usually it's auto completion from the search, right? So this is a core keyword. It's been profitable, it stay profitable, it probably will be the most profitable part. And because Amazon is a search engine, it's relatively scalable, so there is like a lot of revenue. In many niches, we can see that like 60-80% of the search go into like 5-6 keywords. Of course, there are some exception. And we have advertisement for those keywords, right? And back then, most of the advertisement were quite profitable, and it's been part of this green quadrant. But what we have now is most of the advertisement for the main keywords is in best case is break even, but many times if you want it to be like a lot, if you want to get top of search 10%, 15%, like some serious amount of volume, advertisements get unprofitable, right? And if you put your ACOS to be want to be 20%, you will not get this amount of revenue, but you get profit. Okay, and what we use SQP for, so you can measure the organics, but to make the organics, you need to spend something on this expensive and in many cases not really profitable core keywords. So this is the structure I want to put in mind. We have like 4 quadrants with profit and revenue in mind. Okay, so and now we want to share exactly how to use the SQP. And Alexander, please go ahead.
Hello, my name is Alexander. I'm the co-founder of eNavigator Agency, and yes, we are today we are showing how we use SQP data. And actually, as I see some questions, I would answer them a little bit later, and about the amount of sales that is shown in search query performance. But for us, it's a very useful tool, much better than keyword trackers, much more precise, because we see we see the share of the traffic we are getting from each keyword. And I'm now going to show you how it looks like on our instruments. And the main question is, if we are going to spend more money on our advertising, so we need to be sure that this money was spent like for for the best rankings, for the best positions in organic search. This is why we need this tracking, and we track this keyword by keyword. And actually, you probably know how the data in search query performance looks like. It looks like just a spreadsheet. We know how to download it, how to parse it, and store in our data.
Yeah, Amazon made amazing job, make it super friendly.
Yeah, make it super friendly, and they didn't even provide the downloads since I don't remember 3 months ago. They provided downloads for this data. And actually, what we do with this data, we of course we store all of them, but what we use in our I would say everyday work, but it's every week work, because we are tracking the numbers and we're tracking all the statistics in weekly periods, like week by week, and comparing the week by week, because SQP data it's really detailed on a weekly basis, not the daily one. And this is the data from real case, and you see it's quite new. It's the week 34, and we now have week 36, so it's 2 weeks old data. And what we wanted to show you here, that this is the process of how we call it. It's not launching the product, because it was launched already like for half a year, but this is a process of scaling, and scaling by keywords, and scaling by really wide and really high volume searches keywords, because if you try to scale them by smaller keywords, you will never get this amount of sales that we got here. So now this product is selling like around 400 pieces a day. Like this is where we get, and we got there only with the help of the scaling on the really high volume keywords. What we did, the first step, I don't put it here in the presentation, but the first step was to make sure that we have proper conversion rate on these keywords. And this is why the product was launched like a half year ago, something like this. And we collected some ratings, and we found out the best price, the the price for this product in this niche, and then we tested the product uh, in the search results using exact campaigns, and tested for this wide search terms. And we saw that we have a conversion rate around 10%. 10, you see, it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth row from the bottom. We have around 10, 11, 12% conversion rate, and it's quite stable. And from this, we are starting our journey of scaling this product. And how we scale it, we just spend money on the advertising, and trying to get more and more
Yeah, Alexander,
from
please
yeah.
explain a little bit more of this table structure, because I believe it's, yeah, we see it every day, but
Yeah.
some of our viewers maybe not
Okay.
very familiar. So,
Okay. So horizontally, you see it's divided by the weekly numbers. It's week 25, 26, etc. And then this is the data only by one keyword. So one keyword in advertising and one keyword in SQP, in search query performance. So the most data up to cost per order, it's the data about advertising performance, and then three rows, the last three rows, they are about the organic ranking performance. So this is how we combined this data with PPC. And why we combine it? Because we want to see the impact when we spend money on advertising on this particular keyword, and we want to see the impact of this advertising on our rankings. Of course, we are tracking the rankings in Helium or whatever, any other keyword ranking tool, but we see fluctuations there. We see that our average position is growing, but it doesn't say anything, because all the search results right now, they are quite personalized. Amazon made it. Okay, I read a lot of stuff about how the algorithm works, and actually it's AI and it's machine learning that is showing personalized search results for every person. And our main goal is to get as many impressions and then clicks as we can from Amazon, and to get as many organic clicks from Amazon, because we are making money on organic. We are spending on advertising, because you see, we have a really, everyone would call it unhealthy acres on this campaign. It's around 100%, but we spend on it, and we see that our impression share, organic impression share from search query performance, and our click share is growing. You can store. We also store the actual numbers, so you can see how the it grows. But from here, it's obvious that we are spending money. It's unprofitable, but we are getting more and more and more and more organic traffic. This is why we are doing it, and this is how we can track that we have to continue to spend, or probably we can spend a little bit less, but we'll continue to track that this impression share is stable, and we're getting our organic sales. And actually, this is how we make around 400 units a day with this particular product. Uh, this is
Yeah,
what I
just
wanted to show here.
emphasize here, if you don't mind. So
Mhm.
we spend on this keyword like 2,500 a week, and we get only like 6% of the top of the search. So basically, it's a huge keyword,
Yeah,
like big
but
one.
actually, as I remember, this campaign is capped, right? We can spend
Yeah.
much more. It's just capped by budget, and it's a matter of inventory. The seller doesn't have enough inventory to scale even more. But the potential of this keyword is much higher. So we can spend like 3-4 times more during the day. Yeah, this is the actual case we are having now, and I wanted to show also another case how we use SQP and how to outrank competitors, and how we track the ranking comparing to our competitors. Uh, Actually, yes, we have another screenshots here. Yes, and sorry. Um, this is the screenshot from for white search term in async view of search query performance in brand analytics from Amazon. Not a lot of people using it right now, but we use it a lot, because what we see here uh, is our share of impressions and clicks comparing to a top 10 of our top 10 of top performers of the niche. So this is very useful, and actually what we see here is our impression share comparing to
So
other.
green is our product,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, the green is our, and this is ours, and this is how the asymmetrics at the top, they are the same. This is what I wanted to show. And from on this screenshot, I wanted to show that you cannot get more than around 3, sometimes 5% of impression share on Amazon with your one of your ASINs. This is how Amazon share the traffic between all the products that are in the search term results. And this is how we know that we like reached the top, right? Like we reached the top of the our share we can get, and then we compare ourselves to click share of other products, because we see that some of them, they have much more clicks. Let's see this brown one. He gets less than us, almost the same impression share as us, and the amount of impressions, but almost four times more clicks, because it's much cheaper than us. And actually, these insights we also use when we need um, to push a little bit our product in the search results, to get more clicks, to get more traffic. So I know that if we drop the price for $5, we can get much more traffic. We can get more traction. We track it, how many did we get, and then we can start to raise the price again. This is the like every week game, and actually this is what we do every day. Uh, this was the search term, wide search term, and the percentage of all the traffic that we got from this search term. And also, I wanted to show you how how the results
Looks like for the branded
looks like for branded search term. So branded search term is something like Apple computers or Apple whatever.
Apple Watch.
Apple Watch, yes. And that system was like watch, and this is Apple Watch. And let's see that if you have branded traffic, and this is the niche with a lot of branded traffic, and we are not a huge brand, we are just getting part of the niche. But for this brand search term, we see that the last
You see,
row.
in orange is a brand itself. That this is
Yeah,
a
yeah,
top
it's
niche.
the brand itself, and the last row also it's a brand itself. So one and two, it's the brand's share. So we see that brand getting like 34-35% of all the traffic for brand search term, and we see also that we are getting I would say decent share of traffic, like 20,000 impressions, almost 4% of the niche, but very few clicks. It's only 1% of clicks. I wanted why I put this slide here, because I wanted to show that the branded traffic these days it's much more interesting and much more important than it was like 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's also
And
much more profitable. As you can see, the branded guy sell it for 69, and we sell it for 15.95. And if we want to sell it for even 30, we will lose a lot of the conversion rate.
so this is another topic. Probably we'll talk later about how to get branded traffic. Yes, it's not the it's not our today's topic.
Agenda.
It's today's agenda. Yes, actually, yes, he takes like 35% of all the traffic, and as I probably some of these ASINs also are from this brand as well. And but we are not going to scale on this kind of search terms, because we made this test. We Because seller asked us, yeah, as I remember, he asked us to test all these branded search terms, and this is how we tried it. This is what we see. We got a lot of traffic. We spend money on these keywords, but we cannot scale on them. So it's much better to spend. I don't remember performance of this campaign, but it's much better probably to spend more on the keyword I showed you before, to scale even more, to get even higher ranking from the wide search term, where people don't know about this brand and they just looking for this product. This is the second, actually, and last one, what I wanted to show you today.
Yeah, so basically we showed you one slide that we try to combine the Amazon PPC data with Amazon SQP data, as we find it's super important, and the only way is to how we can get this green traffic by spending something on this red traffic, right? And another one, sorry, I tried to make fast. We showed you how this async view looks like. So this is important to understand how we compare to the market. This is amazing data. We don't see the purchases of the competitors, but we clearly see the impressions and clicks. So uh, can you put in the chat which one you like or relevant to your business more, the connection of the PPC and SQP, or understanding your position regarding the competition? Your feedback is very important so we can try to understand what you like more. Yeah. And meanwhile, Alexander, would you answer this interesting question about the precise data of SQP? It's a really important question that everybody
Yeah,
asks.
yeah, because we hear it a lot. Actually, yes, this data in SQP, they are not like accounting data that we see in our business reports, how many units did we sell. But this is why we are showing it like on a weekly basis. We can compare week by week how many clicks and how many impressions and how many sales we got from this kind of traffic, because uh, we use it only for comparison, only for to compare the performance and dynamics. And actually, we never even compare this sales volume to our sales volume that we have overall on our brand. Because what Amazon says in their help, how, yes, it is
The documentation.
in the documentation, that these are sales that are made for only from search results, not from the product pages, not from the widgets on search results page, but only from search results. And what does it mean for me? That this is the most relevant audience for this product, because they are searching, they are clicking, and they are buying. So and the traffic is attributing to this organic traffic. This is why I compare this data to our exact campaigns running on mostly top of search, because they are like close to each other, these placements, the organic and the ad placement, and we can compare the impact of this organic to the rank in search results. This is how we use it, and we don't care about how many sales it shows. This is my answer.
Yeah, it's some subset of the organics, but we can see the dynamic week by week, and we also could compare ourselves to competitors. So this is why we usually use let me get back to this slide. We use impression share, click share, purchase share. We don't use the exact numbers because they can mislead at some degree. But when we look the percentage or share, it's very relevant, and like in all of our cases we see it's helpful and make clear picture. For example, this case, when we sell 400 pieces a day, In general, after running this process, we get almost half of overall organics is like 200 organically orders a day, right? So yeah, I like the question that it says it gets even more complicated. Right?
Yeah. It gets even more complicated. It's only from search results, and only the purchase happened within 24 hours from the click. Right, it's 24 hours attribution to these clicks. But if you check it on one of your ASINs that is not being advertised to make sure that all the sales are organic, not PPC driven, the compare SQP for week 30, for example, in their business reports, yes, it's a huge difference. But on the other hand, they're useful. Hopefully, they are correct. This is why we use the shares. Yes, so you are completely right. We use the shares, and we compare the performance. This is the best data that we got from Amazon. They didn't provide us with better data. It's what we have. And we use
Yeah,
it, and
we get it as a gift because year ago we had only the keyword trackers, right? So it was even less um, useful information, I would say.
yeah, and we use as well product opportunity explorer a lot, but not for tracking performance, but like for exploring niches and exploring products where we can grow. And it's also was like a gift from Amazon to provide this data for us because we didn't have it a year ago, or something. Uh,
Okay, is there any other questions from the audience? Again, it's a complicated data set, and we try to show it's reasonable. Anything else? So if don't, I hope you really enjoy it, and you can put some comments in the social network where you saw it, LinkedIn or Facebook. And if you're interested in talk to us, there is a QR code or link. We will put the link after the translation as well.
yeah,
We'll be
Faustus,
happy.
can you drop the link in the chat as well, please?
Yes, let's put it here. Okay, thank you very much, everyone, for being with us. Here is a link in the chat. You can copy
Yeah,
paste it.
we will be happy to talk with you guys and probably help with this SQP or advertising, whatever. Just schedule a call with us and see you then. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.